Imagine this. The biggest sporting event on Earth is just a year away. Billions of eyes glued to their screens. Millions of fans ready to travel across the globe. But what if the host country, the United States, suddenly can't deliver? What if fans are locked out, stadiums stand half empty, and global sponsors quietly pull out? In today's deep dive, we uncover how US policies, travel bans, and trade barriers are threatening to derail the 2026 FIFA World Cup, a tournament that was supposed to unite the world, but now risks becoming a case study in self-inflicted failure. Stay tuned, because what's happening behind the scenes is more serious than most fans realize. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button. It helps us beat the YouTube algorithm and bring you more truth-driven analysis like this. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to US Finance Wire for the real stories behind the headlines. Part 1. A historic opportunity at risk. For the first time in FIFA history, the World Cup was awarded to 3 countries: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It was a bold move, a symbol of cooperation, diversity, and unity across North America. But fast forward to today, and that vision is beginning to unravel. With just under 2 years to go before kickoff, insiders say contingency plans are already being drawn, not for natural disasters, not for pandemics, but for something far more avoidable: US policy decisions. A sweeping travel ban affecting citizens from 12 countries, newly imposed visa fees, and massive bureaucratic delays are making it nearly impossible for thousands, if not millions, of fans to attend matches in the US. Even worse, some matches might not happen in the US at all. Part 2. Billions on the line. And corporate trust is eroding. Hosting the World Cup isn't just about sports, it's about soft power, global image, and a $40 billion economic boost. It's about tourism, infrastructure, global exposure, and long-term national prestige. But here's the problem. The US is starting to look like a risky investment. Major corporations are noticing the warning signs. Emirates Airlines, once locked in with a massive ad package for US stadiums, has quietly redirected $15 million to Canadian venues. And they're not alone. Visa, a global partner of FIFA, has begun reallocating budgets to Mexico. Why? Because brands want stability. And right now, Canada and Mexico look a lot more stable than the United States. This shift isn't symbolic. It's a signal. Confidence is leaving the US market, and fast. Part 3. Fans locked out, stadiums at risk of emptiness. Now let's talk about the heart of the World Cup, the fans. Tens of thousands of fans from across Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia, including entire fan bases of teams already qualified, are now barred from entering the United States. Even for those who can come, it's not easy. A new $250 visa integrity fee is now in place, and consulate appointments are booked over a year out in many regions. That means if you haven't already applied, you probably won't make it in time. This has real consequences. Cities are cutting back cultural events and fan festivals, volunteer programs are shrinking, and fan zones, once meant to be vibrant, multicultural hubs, are being scaled down or outright cancelled. The atmosphere, the lifeblood of the tournament, is being drained before the first whistle blows. Part 4. Supply chain headaches and infrastructure strain. The problems don't end at the border. Inside the US, supply chain delays are hitting stadiums hard. Steel beams from Canada? Stuck at the border. LED displays? Delayed for months. Custom seating, lighting rigs, advertising panels, all slowed down by new tariffs and customs inspections. Construction crews are working overtime just to stay on schedule, often forced to cut corners or downgrade materials to meet deadlines. The result? Stadiums that may be ready, but far from world class. This isn't just a logistical issue, it's a credibility crisis. Because when the world is watching, perception matters. And what's being perceived right now is a host nation that's overwhelmed and underprepared. Part 5. Canada and Mexico step in. quietly ready to take over. Behind closed doors, FIFA is already preparing for the worst. Internal documents show that plans to shift matches to Canada and Mexico have already been drafted, simulated, and rehearsed. And both neighbors are more than ready. Canada, Vancouver's BC Place, 54,000 seats, has hosted the Winter Olympics and the Women's World Cup final. Toronto's BMO Field is undergoing a major expansion to meet FIFA standards. Visa processing is faster, or not required at all for many nations. Mexico. Estadio Azteca in Mexico City remains one of the most iconic football stadiums in history. Estadio BBVA in Monterrey and Estadio Akron in Guadalajara are modern, fan-friendly, and FIFA-compliant. Entry is visa-free for many Latin American countries, and infrastructure is ready now, not next year. For FIFA, this isn't about preference, it's about risk management. And right now, the US is the biggest risk on the table. Part 6. Economic fallout, jobs, tourism, and local devastation. The impact of relocation would be devastating for US cities. Billions in projected tourism revenue would evaporate. Hotels, booked out years in advance, could sit half-empty. Bars, restaurants, and shops that ramped up for record crowds could face crushing losses. Tens of thousands of seasonal jobs, from security to catering, would vanish overnight. And it doesn't stop there. Entire urban development projects, new transit lines, stadium expansions, and revitalization plans were justified based on expected World Cup traffic. If that traffic disappears, cities will be left with massive debt and political backlash. This isn't just a missed opportunity. It's a potential economic disaster. Part 7. Global image and soft power at stake beyond dollars and cents. The US is risking something far more valuable: trust. Hosting the World Cup was supposed to project stability, openness, and leadership. Instead, it's beginning to signal exclusion, unpredictability, and political dysfunction. In international relations, this matters, because soft power, the influence a country has through culture and diplomacy, depends on perception. If the US is seen as unreliable, inaccessible, or closed off, it won't just lose football matches. It will lose global influence. Meanwhile, Canada and Mexico are stepping into the spotlight, quietly proving themselves as inclusive, capable, and globally minded. Part 8. Countdown to crisis. Time is running out with less than 2 years to go. The clock is ticking. FIFA insiders say a decision to relocate matches could come with just 12 months' notice. That means the US has only a small window to ease visa restrictions, rebuild corporate trust, fix supply chain bottlenecks, and restore global confidence. If it doesn't act fast, fans will simply head north or south to Toronto, Guadalajara, or Monterrey, and the US will be north or south to Toronto, Guadalajara, or Monterrey, and the US will be left watching from the sidelines. Final thoughts and CTA. What was supposed to be a once-in-a-generation opportunity for the United States is turning into a potential public embarrassment. The world's biggest sporting event, in jeopardy corporate sponsors, pulling out fans, locked out stadiums, delayed or downgraded, and global confidence eroding fast. This isn't about football anymore. It's about America's ability to lead on the world stage. If you believe the US needs to step up, fast, hit the like button, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments below.